All right, all right, all right. What is up, traders? Back at it. Been some exciting news. Made an offer on a house, my dream house, oceanfront view. Really kind of just putting it in God's hands and hoping. But yeah, good stuff. Thought I'd come on here for a little weekend session and kind of talk a little bit about Bitcoin, what's going on with the altcoins, right? Altcoins, saw a little pump today. Not too bad. Actually, this is going to update in about 3, 2, 1. So we'll see. Getting a little Christmas pump. But overall, it's been a really low volume environment. Low volume environment at a very crucial place. So let's just review the context of where we're at and what has transpired. So as you can see here, we've got this upper range, right? And long-term outlook on Bitcoin, bullish. I mean, bullish as hell. Higher high, higher low, 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 higher high. And now we're having a big retracement, right? But still, the previous low, we have not broken on the big scheme of things. So still high time frame bullish. And as you can see here, we are right at that value area low, kind of fighting that. If we did get accepted into that value area low, I could see a world where we come right on up to this range POC, right? These POCs, they work like magnets. So higher time frame outlook is just kind of the context is, we're just kind of drifting. We are forming a little bit of a top pattern, a little bit of a rounded top, but we are still putting in higher highs and higher lows. But this is a very low volume environment. So last year we went through this too. Last year, Christmas time. And, I know a few wealthy people. And the wealthiest people that I know around this time are really just figuring out taxes, multiple businesses. Like a lot of money is being, there's not a lot of money in the market. Like a lot of money is being pulled out. Big companies are, you know, just really getting their books in order, getting ready for the next year, getting tax liability under control. So it's not too surprising. Like, don't listen to the hype. Don't worry about all the voices out there saying, this is what's happening. This is the. I mean, it's Christmas time, right? Big money is not in the market right now. Big money is pulling out, selling off positions, getting these tax liabilities under control. They don't want to make any big moves at the end of the year. So, given that, a realistic view, it's not. I mean, it's not a big surprise what's going on with Bitcoin. We're going to look at a little bit of the local range here. And as you can see, we do have a little mini range here at the bottom. We are still forming higher highs and higher lows, higher low, higher low. And we have formed a little bit of what I like to call unfinished business at the highs. Equal highs, right for a liquidity sweep. So really, this is what I am looking at, right? Anything can happen, but what is probable? So what is probable is that we are forming upwards movement into a big level of resistance. Let's bring in this VWAP resistance coming from the all-time highs. So as you can see here, we've got nice confluence here. VWAP all-time high resistance coming right at that range POC, which is also a liquidity sweep of these levels here. Whenever I see these levels coming up here, equal high, equal high, equal high, that's just really just a liquidity builder. So I am looking for a nice big sweep of even these levels, right? Even come on up here, quick move high, get everyone faked out, dip low, and then that's it, rip to the bottom. But you have to really look for the trap traders. If we do form a wick here, we form it very fast, and then we close below these reference levels. That is going to be a strong move where if we see a lot of trap traders, we want to get into a short, and that short is going to play out, right? That's going to be a big short because you do have some levels here that are, they're going to act as support and resistance, but really it's not going to be enough. If we come up here and unload, we're talking about hitting that range POC that is of the entire range. That's a big resistance level. So what I'm thinking is that if we hit this resistance level and have a nice SFP, we get a nice wick, close below, maybe a low time frame market structure change, and we're headed to the downside, we at least have this value area low to take a little bit of profit. And then we'll see. Maybe we'll bounce, come back up, retest the bottom, and then come back down for at least a sweep of these lows here. That is one of my things that I'm going to be looking out for, right? Stop listening to the voices on Twitter and everybody, right? I'm thinking long-term swing trades where I can make some good gains, right? And this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing here a little bit of unfinished business here at these highs at the range POC. And so I have these trades here, right? These are some of the trades that I'm looking at, some of the trades that I'm sharing in the Discord, right? So that is going to be an SFP to the high. The next long that I'm looking for is just a fake out of the lows, right? And we are going to, in this episode, we're going to delve a little bit into the lower time frame levels and what to expect with all that. So first I'm going to drag this fixed range up here into this local range and get rid of that. And with that, let's work on some high time frame levels. Let's go to the monthly. And we're going to bring in our monthly levels here. Still monthly support down there, 71,401. The weekly. We do have a potential weekly right here. I don't know. It's kind of weakened. We ever so front ran it last time, but I'm just not really inclined to leave that level there right now. Excuse me, I'm reposition here. I have a non-chair tonight. So weekly level here, 78,322, which is right there with that monthly 70. Oh, that's 71. So yeah, 78 do have a weekly support level. Daily. No new dailies. Absolutely no new dailies, right? We do have a daily level 85,426. And one of the things that I've been looking at in Discord, the Discord that I've just created is a playbook. And in the playbook, what I am going to be doing is I'm going to just be having a list of playbooks, right? Daily level with one added confluence, a golden pocket with an added confluence with a naked point of control on the inside, a weekly level that is underneath a liquidity sweep. And I will be logging these trades, right? I'm aware of these trades, and I will be keeping statistics on all of these levels and available to you for free. You can just say, hey, Brian has a hit rate of 70% of at least a return to VWAP on a weekly level, and the highest probability is X, Y, or Z entry trigger. Excuse me. So that's it for the high time frame levels. Let's look at some, and we have adjusted these MPOCs, or let's look at some volume analysis, right? Let's bring this volume up to current. Let's see if nothing has changed really. Value area high, still right there. Yeah, so we are still right on the edge of that. Point of control has not really moved. I'm going to say that is right about, let's make this a little bit bigger. Range POC is right about there. 96,200, 96,250 roundabout. And now we're going to look at more of a global range. So as you can see here, we've got this low volume node, right? And so it is interesting that we're building support right there because we got this LVN right here, right? We'll probably slice right through that. We might find a little, that's why I have that monthly support right there, right? Because also there is a weekly level down there. So yeah, there's that monthly. I really like the idea of a sweep and then a reclaim and then come back up. I don't know when that's going to happen, and context is everything. In trading, context is everything. You have to be aware of what the political climate's doing, what the money's doing. Like, do we have any big news coming? What is the sentiment? One thing that I've learned about trading Bitcoin over the years is that Bitcoin doesn't like to trade with a lot of people. It likes to wash out people and then move in another direction. So always be aware of that when you're planning out a trade. Look for a level where people can get washed out. And when you see them in max pain, that's really where you want to enter into a position. A lot of people have problem with patience, just waiting to pull that trigger. And really, when you're going for that sniper shot, pulling the trigger at the right moment is everything. Being a true sniper is waiting, breathing, keeping that emotional control, getting your target in sight, and waiting until you have the kill shot to pull that trigger. And in trading, this is when people are in max pain. Hands down, you have to wait for people to be in max pain. So I'm going to bring this here. I'm going to see if this has changed a little bit, but I doubt it very much. Bring it up to current price action. Still point of control down here, $26,000 with the high volume node that we'll be focusing on right around here, 70,000. All right, and now we're going to bring in ATAS and we're going to look at some MPOCs. Wow. Look at this. See, this is look at the volume. So this is Saturday, this is Friday. Absolutely zero volume, zero movement on Friday. I mean, Thursday had a little bit of movement. It was basically an inside day, right? I mean, this is basically our range, right? We've got a 88,000 value area high and a 86,000 value area low with the 88,100 point of control, which is right where we're at right now, right at that point of control. I'm going to bring this out here and look at our previous day levels. So it looks like we're going to be opening inside value, or we already have opened inside value, and absolutely zero new NPOCs. Let's go here and check out the weekly. And the weekly opened outside of value of the previous week, but we have just found, right, and then we hit this naked weekly, and we've just kind of hovered right around there. This is the power of those naked weekly point of controls. Let's go here, take a look at the monthly. And so for monthly, we're basically having an inside month, right? We came on down. I mean, look at this. Same thing. This is the power of these naked point of controls. We came down, we tapped this naked monthly point of control, and we just have hung on and just ranged in there. Let's go here. And on this template here, I know Caden was asking about this. How do I use this template to get a directional bias? Basically, you're looking at the lows, you're looking at the highs, and you're looking at the relationship of the open interest. But as you can see here, there's not really much. We've got a low, we've got a low, we've got a higher low, we've got a higher low. We've got a very low volume environment. Not really much open interest coming up in the market. It's just really just going sideways. And I think that it's going to go sideways till after Christmas. We might get a little bit of a bump, but I'll tell you why you don't want to trade that. The reason why is because when you're in a low volume environment, there can be big moves, but you don't want to chase moves. You want to chase volume. When you see the bigger trader getting involved, that's when you want to trade. Not only this is just for the simple reason of slippage. You're going to get so much slippage in a low volume environment. You might hit enter, just enter into a market trade, and you might get filled at a completely different level because of the low liquidity environment. So wait till you have a high liquidity environment. We're going to look at Bitcoin on the 10 million volume candles. And as you can see here, look, so this is the 10 million volume candle template here. And this only prints a candle when there's 10 million in volume. And as you can see here, look at this. I mean, look at the time that it takes. Here, I'm going to bring here and put this time in seconds. Duration in seconds. And as you can see, it's just taking so much more time to print these candles. This one was at the low, and it was about 3,000 seconds. And then we had 8,000, then we had another 8,000. It's just such a low volume environment. We did see open interest go up right here at the low with positive delta, which resulted in just a uprise up to VWAP. Nothing really. There's nothing here. There's no there. So really, at the end of the day, same game plan for me. It is Saturday. We will be looking on Sunday before the CME. But as for right now, really, my trade's just kind of nothing has changed. I'll be looking for the scalp trade right here, and this is a daily on top of an MPOC, right? I'll be looking for a little scalp. If we make it up here, we're going to definitely be in an uptrend, and we're probably going to be chasing that liquidity. But I'm going to be thinking that what we're going to do, and I will introduce this range here. So yeah, so this is subject to change, this value area, but I'm going to do something here real quick. I'm going to pull this value area to current price action, see if anything shifted. So yeah, so here we go. There's a world where I could see where we come on up here, point of control, tap this resistance and just come to the downside, right? Maybe tap this daily, see if that holds. But I will be targeting this trade here if I get an entry trigger. What is an entry trigger going to look like here? Now, because of the spread out fashion or formation of things here, see we got a little bit of a lower point of control and then resistance is at the higher end. So what I will just be looking for, one thing that I need for this trade is I'm just going to need an exit. So if we come on up here and bounce and then form a lower high and we get beneath that and I've got an invalidation, perhaps some trap traders, I'll take the short. I'll take the short, see what happens here at the value area low, see what happens here at the daily point of control or at the daily level, and just see how that goes. If we do come to that level and we blast right through it, or we do take it with strength, right? If we come up here and we take this with strength, I'll probably just sit that one out and see what happens at the range PLC. I've got an alert set at the anchored VWAP, and this one I'll be looking for a sweep of these highs and close below. So that's all I need for this trade. I just need a wick and then come back down, invalidation, right? Stop loss above the high, and I'll be riding that all the way down to the bottom of the range. And then hopefully, not hopefully, I would assume that if we didn't find support and continue to make higher lows, then we're really going to go down here and chase this big liquidity. And these levels down here is where I'll be looking for a nice big long. Now this might take some time because these levels are spread out. I could see this coming down, doing a little bit of a fake out, sideways action. Typically this area here is where you start to see that inverse shoulder, head and shoulders. Price comes down, boom. People think that that's it. Trap those traders, come on up, reclaim those levels, and then make a move to the upside. So over here, I'll be looking for that reversal pattern, that shoulder, head, shoulder. Right here, I'll be looking for the SFP. And right here, I'll be looking for the market structure change. That's all I got for tonight. Just want to drop a little video. Big things coming. Discord's here. Get in the chat and let me know if you want to come on into the Discord. Just serving up those levels for people who are busy and they just want some help in learning the process, or maybe you just want the levels and you want to know exactly what you're looking for at those levels. Hit up your boy. See you next time. Peace out. And I'm really out of here.